Paul, much brighter and sharper. You must be pleased with that.
Yeah, I thought it was a proper game today. Anyway, it's nice to be on our own pitch. I thought there was a lot of good things, particularly first half. I was really pleased with the way we went about it first half. Second half, we just got into some little bad habits that we just need to try and iron out. But it won't do them any harm to have that type of performance and to take into the next week of training, building up towards the first game of the season.
Like you say, it was a more realistic game. That's what we'll expect during the season.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. I mean, I've got to say, I think all of the pre-season games have been realistic, and the daft thing is, we've been in for 6 weeks now training, and we've had 2 really bad days out of those 6 weeks, so that's why I'm not going to get too down about it, and I accept that we have had 2 bad performances, but the rest of the time they've trained really well, we've applied ourselves well in the games. Thought we applied ourselves really well today, so there's some good signs there, but it's still very early. There's still, we're still trying to build those relationships between the different units, the goalkeeper and the back 3, the John Mellish and Cameron Harper on that left side, and Azza and Archie on the right side, and it will take a bit of time, but I thought there was some real positives today. Delighted that Luke's got a goal. Delighted that Dan's got himself his first goal. I thought he showed some really bright touches and real life about him. So hopefully he'll carry on, and the pair of them will take confidence and we can move forward.
Good for Dan to get that goal after a couple of earlier chances.
Yeah, I thought he did. So his movement was very, very good. I mean, it had been an incredible start for his Carlisle career if he'd have scored with that first touch. But he did everything right. He tried to go through the keeper's legs, but he just read it. I mean, he's probably finished the hardest one of all. But it was a good finish, so I'm pleased for him.
Started to see the link up between him and Charlie as well.
Yeah, you could. I thought Charlie was better today. He's been a bit of a slow burner, so I fully expect somebody with Charlie's experience and his knowledge, he's going to come to life when the season starts. So I thought there was some good signs with him and Dan today. Even with him and Luke, when Luke came on as well, although they played a little bit too far apart second half and wanted them a bit closer. But no, as I say, that some good things today that we can build on. I've got to say, though, the real disappointment is losing Dylan McGeoch. He's just got a bit of a groin strain. Went into a block tackle and just felt a little twinge. So we'll wait and see how bad that is, but it definitely puts him in doubt for next weekend.
Did everybody else come through okay?
Yeah, I think so. Just a few bumps and bruises because there was some tackles going in. But no, I think everybody's okay, and hopefully we'll have the rest available for next weekend.
Charlie's been captain a couple of times during pre-season. Have you made your decision on that yet?
I've made my decision, yeah, but we'll discuss it next week. I haven't spoken to the players about it yet, so we'll have those conversations next week, and then we'll go from there.
A lot of lads got 90 minutes today as well. Good for them ahead of next week.
Yeah, I thought it was important to do that today. I didn't want to make changes for the sake of making changes. When we got all the physical data of what Dan's done with Bournemouth, we were a bit concerned about giving him more than 45 because he hasn't done a hell of a lot of high-speed running and sprinting, so it was always 45 for him. I only wanted Charlie to do 60-odd minutes today to look after him. Josh Vella just he sort of went under on his knee a little bit, so it wasn't a problem, but I wasn't prepared to take a risk with him. Archie was just starting to get a little bit of cramp, so again we've got an able person to come in Jack Ellis, so we made that change. So it was more about just getting as many of them 90 as we possibly could, trying to keep a bit of a consistency, particularly about the back 5, to keep that right, and hopefully we'll get everybody through this week and have them all available for next week.
Stockport goal came from their only real chance in the game. You must be pleased with the defensive performance as well.
Yeah, there was some good defending. I thought we showed some real good legs about us and we read the game well. Aaron and Terrell certainly give us that reading of the game and give us good legs. I thought Mellish was just what John Mellish does, where he goes on his marauding runs, but defended well. I thought as a team we defended well. Just at the end, I thought we got a little bit towards the end. We got a little bit sloppy and started jumping out of our slots and leaving spaces. The goal comes from us playing a square pass. Well, in fact, it was a backwards pass where we didn't need to do it. And again, I think we probably did that about 4 times in the game, a couple in the first half, that we need to get that out. We need to. My big thing is look forward and play forward, and don't put ourselves under pressure. And those little balls give us a problem, and that's where their goal came from.
crosses and set pieces from both wing backs. Started to see the type of players that both of those will be today.
Yeah, particularly set plays. I thought the delivery was excellent. My only disappointment is that we didn't score from one. But again, we've got a long throw with Ben Barkley and we get the goal from that. So these are things, and I said to the players before the game, I don't actually care if we score 20 odd goals a season from set plays. It's you have to make them count. If we've got people who can deliver it, and we've got some big units in there with the likes of Terrell and Aaron Hayden and Charlie Wyke and Georgie Kelly and Sam Lavelle, we've got people who can go and get on the end of them, and we have to make the most of it.
I think Taylor was the only one missing from Tuesday today. What was the issue with him?
Yeah, Taylor, he felt his hamstring. He didn't feel it go. He just said it felt a bit weird towards the end of the Gateshead game. I think it was more fatigue. We had him assessed over the few days. He did some work on Thursday, but then he was still a little bit tight on Friday, and we just said there was no point risking it. He thinks, from what he said to me before the game, he thinks he'll be okay to train Monday, but we're at that stage where we're not prepared to take risks with players, and especially with Taylor's history of hamstring strains, we're not prepared to do it. So hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully it was just fatigue, and he'll be okay to carry on next week.
Just last one, Gillingham next week. That was the perfect way to finish off pre-season.
Well, it was. As I say, we've had 6 weeks, and I said before the game to the players, we've had 6 weeks of pre-season, 2 disappointing days with the Rochdale and the Gateshead performances, but the rest of the time I've been really pleased. So we have an opportunity today in front of our own supporters, and credit to them, to get 1,800 for a pre-season friendly is good going. I'm delighted for them, and I think they saw there was some real good signs today. Now we've got to have a good week and prepare properly for the Gillingham game, which will be a real tough test for us.